咩話接幫，嗱嘢咩路睇多多啊，多路啦啦，就都似路就嗱嘢咩路睇多啦，你咩睇多啊似，一號眼咯，啱就俾我哋俾埋即係就同咧，我講咧，no announcement, public service announcement to all of us. If you know something, please come sign in at the LED screen sent over here. If you find something on the ground, please bring it to us so that we can find a rightful owner to whoever lost their things. All right, thank you so much.
TV's right there. So you want me to? Yeah. Just right, and we both gonna talk to you. Okay. I know. I feel like I'm gonna get blown away. My hair. Okay. No, yeah, my hair's all over the place too. It's okay.
Này sự kiện này cha sẽ đại lúc sinh hạt sinh nó chỉ phá cho nên là muốn chỉ ý tu chẳng hạn nữa tuổi sau rồi chẳng hạn nó tỏ White House giờ xong nó có giờ ý xong rồi ngoài bên mong là của tôi bắt súng nhất là họ nó chỉ là của họ là sửa bên mong thía nên là nó chỉ dẫn cho nên thả bên thía bom tàu hay tiền nữa sau rồi đã chỉ giờ. So can you tell us your name and your position?
Sure. My name is Crystal Ka'ai. I'm the Executive Director of the White House Initiative on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders.
And can you tell us what does that mean?
Yes, so this White House Initiative has actually existed for 25 years. It was first created by President Clinton, and it's been reauthorized under every single presidential administration. And so most recently, President Biden reauthorized this initiative in May of 2021 to provide a voice for the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander community and to advance equity for all Americans.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your role?
So in my role, we have a number of different functions, but our main role is to really ensure that the federal government works for all Americans. So that's connecting our federal resources, whether that's funding or programs, to our local communities all across the country. And actually, in just a few days, we're going to be here in Minnesota at Metropolitan State, where we're going to be hosting a regional economic summit to ensure that our small businesses and entrepreneurs and community leaders can have access to critical resources from the federal government. And we're also going to be hosting a listening session with members of our President's Advisory Commission. And we have a member here from Minnesota, Kai-Ying Young, who's a member of our commission. And so she'll also be there, where we can hear from our local communities about their needs and elevate those requests with the president directly so that we can ensure that the government is being responsive to our communities here in Minnesota, but also nationwide.
So this meeting is open to the community to attend?
Yes, the event on Tuesday, July 2nd, is open to the community. So anyone can come and join us, and they can learn about the resources that we have, but also provide their feedback to our commissioners and to our federal government representatives.
So Hmong people in Minnesota is one of the largest population in Minnesota, right? How important is it of your committee to the Hmong population here?
Yes, so, it is so important that we hear in the work that we do from all communities, including the Hmong population. And as you mentioned, the Hmong community here in Minnesota is such a vibrant part of the fabric of the state, but also of our nation. So many contributions. We talked about our veterans. We talked about just the tremendous leadership here in the state of Minnesota. So it's really important that we hear from you, but also that you can hear from us about all of the work we are doing. Everything from, addressing the anti-Asian hate crimes that we saw unfortunately rise during COVID, but we see continue to this day. The need for greater addressing, immigration-related issues, addressing health inequities, education, and economic disparity. So we are working to really ensure that we are being a voice for the Hmong community and for the broader Asian American population in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the regular people, the citizens, they might feel that their voice is never heard. Like they'll come, they'll express how they feel, what they're going through, but does that really reach the White House?
Yeah, so I will say under President Biden's leadership, we do have a president and also a vice president, our first Asian American vice president in history, who truly see our communities. They know that we are not a monolith, meaning we are very diverse, and that it's important to ensure that we are hearing from diverse parts of our communities. And so the Hmong community, the Southeast Asian community, I will say historically has been overlooked by prior administrations. But this president has really made it a point to ensure we are going deep into community so that you don't have to come to us in DC. We are traveling all across the country. And so I'm so thrilled that we are here in Minnesota. It's so important that we hear from the Hmong community. And I do want the message to be known that we are here to listen and also to make sure that we are taking action. So it's not just listening, but making sure that we are acting upon the requests that we hear from and really truly being a voice and an advocate at the highest levels of the federal government.
So, what do you think the Hmong people should pay attention to as far as policy wise?
Yeah, there's so much happening. I think, we under the past 3.5 years of the Biden administration have been able to deliver under really historic, just coming out of the historic pandemic, which was so devastating to so many of our communities. But if you look at where we are now compared to where we were, in 2020, we have seen tremendous progress in terms of our addressing, this global pandemic, making sure that we can have gatherings like this, right? When I first started my job, we were virtual because of the pandemic. Being able to see thousands of people gathering in person just shows how much progress we've made, the economic impacts, and also, like I said, addressing the rise in hate crimes. It's really important to ensure our communities feel safe and secure, regardless of where they live. And so these are just some of the examples of the work that we have been able to accomplish under the Biden administration.
I know you just came in and you haven't been looking around yet, right? Do you plan to stay here for a while and meet some Hmong people?
We're planning to stay here and tour the festival grounds and hopefully it's amazing to see all of the sports activity that's happening here, but then also we want to check out some of the artists and the vendors as well. So
yes,
we'll be
so
here.
with election year coming up, we know it's a very heated election. Why should Hmong people care? Why should we get involved? And why should we go out and vote? And does our vote even matter?
Sure. Well, I will just clarify, I'm here in a completely nonpartisan capacity, although we are here on behalf of the White House. And, this President Biden, believes in serving all Americans. I think just in terms of your question, every voice matters. And I think just in order for us to have a fully functioning democracy for this country to work, we do need all Americans, to exercise their right to vote and to participate civically so that you can ensure your voices are heard. So that is important to us. Yes, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming to visit Hmong people in Minnesota here, and I hope you will have a great time and take advantage of the opportunity here. There's lots to see, and so thank you for your interview with us as well.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
And thank you for all that you do. It is appreciated.
Thank you.
我做咗你自己啲呢只手燈的那，那你都手機都被追到，都講被Hmong July 4th tournament，上來個นู่我被落路幾時的是嘛？女喺就故事路好路聽入啲啊。
那姐，你去邊買嚟？大家先知道啊，OK？
OK， 好做。
Thank you.